Hey guys, now you know I'm an idiot when it comes to technology and I can barely figure things out. Hell, I need help turning on my computer some days. But if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain a few things to you. First and foremost, it's free. Everybody loves that free 99, right? There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or phone. Anchor will even do the God's work for you and distribute your podcast all over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. So you guys can hear my voice on all different platforms as well as your own. You can even make money with Anchor with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place, guys. Now, please, I'm telling you, if you want to make your lives easier, like it's made my life easier, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Guys, it's a lifesaver. Trust me on this one. If it's any advice you want to take that's straight from the hip, it's this one. Again, check out Anchor at anchor.fm or just download the Anchor app. Thank you, and back to the programming. Man, we out here. Facebook, YouTube, all the places that have the locations for the faces. Got a very interesting show. We're going to do NFL in college, then jump back into the NFL. So, we're going to be all over the place a little bit here. We're missing Miss Carrie. She out here seeing Hamilton, a.k.a. the bad hip-hop opera.
Supposedly, she's watching Hamilton.
Yeah.
I need some confidence. I need to see some tickets or something.
You think she's ducking you?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
Did you check Chris Paul's Instagram?
I know I need to see something.
Boy, she's not that bad.
Yeah, no. Plus, I think Hamilton's overrated, but that's just my personal thing. I ain't gonna hate on old boy making his money though. Go get his paper. Lin-Manuel, go ahead.
Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Jason?
I saw it on Disney Plus.
It's I don't know on there. I'll watch it on there too. I ain't got to be in person.
If it's just bad hip hop, but it's not made for real hip hop heads, even though he claims to be one. It's just bad hip hop.
Go figure.
Yeah. And we're not going to even talk about the problematic thought process of, jokers that own the people that are singing being the people that are singing. But that's a whole other issue for another day.
Lord,
some things you can't race swap and get away with.
No. That ain't one either.
Right.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to hear Thomas Jefferson singing nothing.
You ain't lying. Was he singing in blackface?
Well,
no, don't do that. Don't do that.
The person was born black, so the face
Right.
is automatically black.
Oh no.
Oh man. Travis, this is your perfect time right now, Travis. Tell us about the Bengals, man, and all their success. How they about to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah. How come the Bengals didn't make the list of teams we should be talking about? This is crap.
They're not? I thought they was on the list.
Overtime victory, and they don't even get a mention.
Yeah, against the Vikings, another big powerhouse.
Hey, some people pick the Vikings to make the playoffs. I didn't, but I've seen it.
Yeah, their fan base. That's the only ones that pick them to make the
playoffs. They're a quality football team.
Fine quality.
It's better than the 49ers, who the hell they played.
Ooh.
Oh, we don't pick our schedule.
Oh, we don't pick our schedule either.
We didn't say nothing about your opponent.
I didn't say nothing about that. I just said that Minnesota sucks. And everybody knows that. Who's their quarterback? Who's Minnesota's quarterback? Exactly. My case closed.
Oh man.
Hey man, you know what? I don't know if y'all every now and then I get up real early and I have to watch Judge Judy. But dude, I can't watch that show. She's so mean to them people. You ever seen Judge Judy, Jason?
You should take you should take a drink for how many times she said shut up.
Dude, she is rude.
And she put that one finger up.
I know. That's it.
I'm not finished.
May I say something? No, you cannot. I mean, and you can tell everybody's scared of them.
Oh yeah.
Like, well, Judge, I was just trying to show that I don't care what you were trying to show.
You got your receipts. Case dismissed.
Right.
Judge Judy.
Talk to him like she that mama. Did you or did you not tell him that you were gonna?
Oh. All right, Coach. Well, I'll let you go ahead and get it rolling.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hey, Tom. Curtis McGee in the bill. What's up, Curtis? Miss Ham, Mr. Hood. What's happening? Oh, yeah, I can kill some lemonade. You got that right, Hood. Anyway, welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you from the Imperial Palace up here on Black Mania, looking down on all you earthlings. Somebody today said something about me. Could they work out with me? I said, I don't normally work out with earthlings, with you humans. And she said, what? I said, I was outside. I can't even, I was too tired to even go into it and tell about Black Mania and all that other stuff. What's going on in Chocolate City, Washington, D.C.? I know, y'all want the game this week? Did y'all win this week, Herb?
I don't think we play Thursday.
Oh, Thursday? Yeah, you play.
We play Thursday night.
Yeah, you played. We know you played. Anyway, Travis, what's going on down there in Dracula at Dracula? As a coach of mine used to call it Dracula. What's going on in Dracula, Georgia?
No, not much. Nothing much. Doing well.
Give us a Geraldine update.
Ashley's doing great. She's gaining weight every day, and she's starting to lift her head up. So all by herself. So we're showing progress there. Yeah. So opening her eyes more. She's still staying awake till 4 o'clock in the morning, but getting there. She sleeps during the day and up at night. So she's doing well though. Well,
how old is she?
She is 5 weeks as of.
Whoa! I heard a voice in the background. Wait a minute. Somebody feeding you the date? You're supposed to know that off the top of your head.
I said 5 weeks.
I just heard somebody say 5 weeks in the background.
5 weeks.
That was
okay. Now
5 weeks.
I want everybody to understand this. I saw.
we love you. We love you, but he needs to know off the top of his head.
I ain't mad at you, Megan. I'll be on him too. I'm about to be on you about this.
Thanks,
I saw you had that baby out there the other day in the lake.
Oh,
with you wading in the lake and putting that baby's feet in the lake out there. What is that all about? I reached for the phone and called DFAT. You doing that baby 5 weeks old, putting out there in the lake already and stuff like that. What is wrong with you, Travis?
I put her 2 feet in the water. Her ankles barely touch the water. Okay,
I don't care. You ain't putting no 5-week-old baby in no water like that.
Anywhere.
That was terrible. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, look at that.
By the way, she loved it. She absolutely loved it.
That's how COVID got started. People doing that with babies and stuff. Like, you can't be doing stuff like that. If they want to know the origin of COVID, there it is right there.
Oh,
no.
Geraldine? Okay.
They got everybody else calling it that.
That's it, Geraldine. Everybody know that Geraldine.
No.
Anyway, let's get started talking about this NFL real quickly. We're going to go down the list of some of the games. We got some we're going to kind of dig deep into. But there you go, Jason. We'll start that. That's a good one to start with right there, because that's the one that everybody, I think, saw the most and paid the most attention to. Dallas and Tampa Bay. Irv, your thoughts on Dallas and Tampa Bay?
Defense was non-existent.
That's kind of true. I'll agree with you there. Travis, what do you think about that?
Yeah, both offenses looked good. Both defenses looked bad. I was very shocked, and I think a lot of people were about the lack of Zeke Elliott touches and running. So it'll be interesting to see if that's maybe the strategy for the year or just a one-game thing. But the lack of Zeke touches was surprising.
Well, here's the thing to me. I mean, at the end of the day,
that was one continuous sentence. Thank you.
Yeah, you had to see what Zach was made out of. So I can kind of understand that. But my thing is this: was there any doubt that Brady was going to lead them down the field?
Yes,
on that last drive?
Not at all.
No doubt.
No doubt at all. All right, next game, Jason. Let's go to the next game. All right, next game we're going to talk about. Jay, you got one for me, or you want me to do it? I want to talk about the Bears and the Rams. Travis, well, you give me your one sentence to sum up your thoughts on this game.
Where's Justin Fields?
Irv.
Why give us a taste of Justin Fields?
Okay, my one sentence is gonna be, why in the hell is Travis's old quarterback out there any damn way? I mean, he looked terrible. Did y'all see how bad he looked? I mean, he was, listen, and I mean, I give Andy Dalton a hard time, but dude, he just looked terrible. I mean, I was expecting at least to damn be reputable. That joker was raggedy as a roach. I mean, he looked like there's another one I'm gonna talk about here in a few minutes too. He looked like he was just scared to death. So anyway, let's go to that one, Jason. Here we go. We're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about.
I want to say one more. Shame on NBC to have that be the Sunday night game for week one.
God, yeah.
It's come on. You that's the game you're going to pick? Come on.
Right. Well, I agree. I'll agree with that too. But I think they were thinking maybe with a Justin Fields in there. I think everybody thought that Justin Fields should have been the starter, and that would have been a whole better game if he'd have been able to play the whole game. So maybe that's what NBC was thinking. All right, Jay, put that game back up there you just had.
That was the one you were talking about. It was the Bears and the Rams.
That was it.
Okay, there it is. Okay, that's the one we were talking about. All right, what's next? I got one I want to talk about real quick. I want to talk about the Texans and the Jaguars. Irv, I'm going to let you go first.
And the number one pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars will be
Travis.
Jaguars are going to be in for a long season.
Okay, my thing is this. Did y'all hear that Houston turned down a deal that was going to get them 3 first-round draft picks for Deshaun Watson?
I thought that's what they wanted.
I heard that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
No, they said they actually got several offers.
I never heard that.
I read an article today. What's his name reported on it from NFL Network, saying that they got multiple offers. They had at least 3 offers for 3 first-round draft picks, and they turned all of them down. They said most of those offers now are off the table. So it's not like they can go back and take them. They said most of them now are kind of off the table. They said there might be one that's still sort of kind of interested. And actually, they said Miami might be interested. Can you believe they didn't take 3 first-round draft picks for Deshaun Watson?
I can't.
Dude, and I'm glad my boy's out of there. That Bradley's out of Houston. But like I said, they did win big. They won against the Jaguars, but still, that was a good game to watch either, as far as I'm concerned. Y'all know Trevor Lawrence is my boy, so I'm not going to berate him and beat him up too bad. First time he's had 3 interceptions, I think they said, ever in his life in a game. So anyway, it was a very bad day for him. But you know, that's kind of expected, I guess. With Urban Meyer and, you know, having a college coach and being a pro, it's too much. It's too much to overcome.
He's going to have more.
Yeah, it's too much to overcome. All right, let's talk about this little upset right here, this little nugget. The Steelers and the Bills. Irv, I go to you first.
For me, that was my second favorite game of the weekend.
Okay. Irv, I'm going to say Travis.
Yeah, this was the upset of the week, and I think the Bills are going to be okay. I'm just chalking this up to week 1 bad play.
I don't know about it being the upset of the week, but you know, I will say this. You know, I got to give Bill some credit. I got to backtrack a little bit and give him his day. He had his day, and so that would be my sentence, that Ben had his day. I don't know how many more days he's gonna have like that, but like I said, he had his day the other day. So I'm gonna give him the credit for. I don't consider that to be an upset, really. I'm not a Bill lover like a lot of people are, and I'm definitely not on the bandwagon for that damn quarterback they got like everybody is. And I think he showed some signs of that too. So real quick, let's talk about some of the obvious beatdowns like the Seahawks and the Colts. Travis, what you got on that?
Seahawks look good as they do every year, and Russell Wilson is just a fantastic quarterback.
Yep. What do you think, Irv?
Yeah, same sentiment. Seahawks are going to have a nice beginning, and we're going to see how they're going to be battle tested in the middle of the season.
Yep. And like they say, baby, let Russ cook.
Yeah.
That's mine. Let Russ cook. I mean, as long as you let him do his thing, they're going to be fine. Let's talk about another obvious beatdown. 49ers and the Lions. Travis.
Not surprised, and the fact that I now know that their third string team was on defense, I'm not too worried about what happened in the fourth quarter. Lions.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that either. Anyway, Irv, what you think?
And with the second pick in the NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select.
I'm with you on that, Irv. I'm with you on that. They look like a bad football team to me. Yeah, like I said, we discussed this a little bit before we came on the air. That's just bad coaching. That's not knowing when to pull your guys out and that sort of thing. That's all that is. That's just bad coaching.
Wait, Coach.
Took the starters out way too early.
Remember what I said last week about playing Trey Lance? They're going to play one game where Jimmy's going to play crazy.
Yeah.
And this was it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the reason to prevent Trey from playing.
Yeah. And anyway, like I said, you know me, I'm not a Jimmy fan. I don't care how good he plays. He ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. He still ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you that from right now. So y'all put him in there if you want to. He ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. Let's talk about one of the bigger games that I think was the upset of the week while Travis sitting up here playing. The Saints over the Packers. I mean, who saw that coming? Who saw that beatdown coming like that? I mean, you want to talk about a beatdown, 38-3. I mean, dude, that's crazy right there. Irv, what do you think about it?
Listen, the Saints surprised me. But also Aaron Rodgers looked like he's still on Jeopardy mode and not NFL ready.
Travis?
I texted Jason during the game. It looks like Aaron Rodgers is sabotaging his team.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to go there with it, but I will say this. Don't believe the hype on Jameis. I think Jameis did some good things. I did see what I feel were some signs of maturity, but I'm not ready to believe the hype yet. Now, I will see him in person this coming week because I'm going up to Charlotte to watch them play against Carolina and see Bradley Roby's first game as he was suspended, so he didn't get to play in the game this past Sunday, but he should be playing this coming Sunday. And they need help at corner because I think everybody beat up and hurt and whatnot anyway. But I'm not ready to jump on the Jameis wagon like some of y'all and think that now that, he beat the Packers. And I'm just going to say this one thing. All of that turmoil that they went through with that Aaron Rodgers drama and all that, guys, it's very hard to come back from all that and be good on your first day out. If they had done it, it would have been incredible. They didn't do it, and I think you know why they didn't do it. I mean, there's just too much going on with that franchise about him not coming back and this and that, and you could tell that they just weren't in sync with each other. I mean, wasn't no part of it in sync. The line wasn't in sync. He wasn't in sync with his receivers. There wasn't anything right about that game for them. So, and it might take a second or two. Richard said, check my comments from last week. So I don't know what Richard said last week, but he wants to check them because he must have predicted that was going to happen. Okay. All right, let's drill down a little bit deeper. What y'all want to talk about first as far as the games we're going to get into thick? I'll let Travis. Travis, what's the first game you want to talk about? Well,
since we haven't talked about the Bengals yet.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Bengals. And let's get one sentence on the Bengals.
What?
What's your one sentence on the Bengals, Travis?
My one sentence is the Bengals are not going to be as bad as what everyone thinks they're going to be this year, and the defense actually has some playmakers. So watch out, could be a playoff team.
Okay. Go. What do you think, Herb?
Travis, don't make me mute your mic on this.
That was one sentence.
I lost my train of thought off of that. Yeah, Jamar Chase played us, but like I said, it's early. I don't want to change anything that I said off of week one.
Okay. Well, this ain't even a sentence. It's just 3 words. Lucky ass Bengals. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Right there.
Let's move on. Let's talk about what Irv, give me a game you want to talk about. We're gonna dig into.
Let's talk about the Chiefs and the Browns.
Okay. Let's talk about the Chiefs and the Browns.
Listen, that game had no reason to go Kansas City's way.
Nope.
Period. Baker Mayfield is always that guy that wants to be the next highlight film, and it always bites him in the butt. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
He's a YouTube guy, but go ahead.
That and the come on, punter. Come on, let's catch the ball and punt. Let's get rid of the ball over here.
Yeah.
That was the play of the game. That was the play of the game. Was that he dropped the punt. I don't think that wasn't a plan to try and run. He dropped the punt. If he gets that punt off, that was the play of the game right there.
And then he still could have did it.
Yeah,
let's make sure we
had enough time. He could have just picked it up, and even if he just punts it 20 to 30 yards, he doesn't get smashed and almost get broken in half, and then the Kansas City gets the ball at like a 20-yard line or whatever it was.
Right,
Travis. I'm a very literal person, so let's get the wording right. He didn't drop the punt; he dropped the snap.
You know what I meant. Whatever.
I just want to make sure everybody understands this. Because you talking about somebody dropping the punt as if somebody back there receiving the punt. That's not who you're talking about. The punter dropped the snap for the punt. Yeah. So it's not like he's back there trying to catch the punt. He dropped the snap. That's what you're trying to say. Okay.
Thank you.
So anyway, this is my thing about it. A win is a win, and I'm glad Kansas City won because I can't stand the Browns.
Oh yeah.
But I think what everybody needs to be afraid of, like both of you have kind of alluded to here, is that they did win with all the bad stuff that they did. Because like you said, Kansas City really didn't play well enough to win that game. And when you don't play well enough to win games and you win them anyway, I mean, you need to be very afraid of teams like that because, like I said, if they still have enough on their worst day to be able to win and not just win a 7-6 game. I mean, this is like 33 points. I mean, this is kind of middle of the road, high scoring game, and they still won. But that's what I would be afraid of if I were their competition. And we already know the AFC is weak as pond water. I mean, the AFC is terrible. I mean, there's only maybe. Well, we're going to talk about the game here in a few minutes because everybody swore the Tennessee Titans were going to be so good this year.
That was going to be my next game.
Yeah, and they were going to be contending. But like I said, that to me, that was a very big step for the Kansas City Chiefs the other night, and a statement that we can play like dog doodle and still beat people. I think that's a big statement for them to make. All right, let's go to that next game. Let's talk about this overinflated team that everybody been talking about. The Titans were going to be so good and this and that. Cardinals 38, Titans 13. Irv, I'm going to let you break the cap on this one.
All right. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you, but you're not moving on the screen.
Okay, yeah, my camera cut off. But so I'll just say this, and I mentioned it last week. A healthy Kyler Murray and a healthy Chandler Jones is a problem. Mm-hmm. And they wreaked havoc all day against the Titans. So I'm just saying, like, it was just a bad matchup for them.
What do you think, Travis?
Yeah, mine for this was going to be people may have to watch out for the Cardinals. They looked really good, and I don't think Tennessee's a bad team. I think they're a good team. I just think they came up against a really good team on Sunday. So I think Tennessee's going to be okay, but Arizona looked spectacular.
Okay, well, my thing is, what happened to Julio? That's what I want to know.
Yes.
I mean,
I knew that was going to be yours.
I'm just asking. And Falcon fans, I'm just warming y'all up. What happened to Julio? I mean, y'all were talking about Julio was going to go to Tennessee, and that's one of the reasons why they were going to be so good, because they had Brown on one side and Julio on the other side. I mean, what happened to Julio? Somebody told me he had 3 catches for 29 yards. What the hell is that? Three catches for 29 yards?
Yeah.
That's the Julio you've been talking about.
That's the Julio I know. Don't go there, boo. Are you kidding me? I mean, why should we not go there? The guys, I mean, don't get me wrong, because all this does is say what I've been saying all along. That's vintage Julio. That's what Julio normally does for about the first 3 or 4 games of the season. Then everybody starts saying, oh, they're not getting the ball to Julio enough. They got to get the ball to Julio more. So then the quarterback starts throwing the damn ball to Julio every play. And so Julio starts between the 40s. Julio's the killer between the 40s. Then when they get down the red zone, guess what? Julio got to go put his ass on the bench because he can't run a damn fade route. And, I mean, that's Julio Jones. I mean, what was it last year? When did he get his first touchdown? In, like, game 12 or 10 or something like that? I mean, did he have a touchdown? And that is Julio. That's the Julio that we know and love. I know you still love his hot ass in that. and you need to, because somebody needs to. But I'm just telling you, I mean, I was disappointed in myself that I might have even thought that the Titans were going to come out and have a big game and show how their firepower and all that other stuff. Because like Irv said, at the end of the day, Kyler Murray is a problem. I'm not saying he's good. I ain't saying he's all good. He is a problem because he can scramble. He does have a good arm. He is a little short and all that other stuff, but he is a problem. He's fast as hell. He is a problem for whatever defense. And when you got the receivers that he's got, when you got DeAndre Hopkins and some of those other guys doing the things that they can do, dude, that's going to be a problem right there for anybody. So, like I said, I think that if he were to mature a little bit and not be such a hothead, that would help their team tremendously because he is a hothead. And he does get on guys, and he's out there barking at his own teammates and all that kind of stuff. And he needs to cut some of that down. But I'm telling you, they look very, very good. All right. It's almost 8:30. Y'all ready to go and talk about these doggone Falcons?
I got one more.
Who you want to talk about, Trev?
The Washington football.
Oh, that's Irv's team.
Real quick. This isn't about you guys. My one sentence is instead of the name, why can't Daniel Snyder worry about the pipes in the stadium?
Now, who in the stadium? Pipes, you said?
You know what I'm talking about, Irv. You know what I'm talking about.
And then it had the nerve to be from his box.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody fighting in his box?
No.
So one of the
the
septic pumps, the sewage pumps, burst on the stand. Yeah.
And landed on the fans.
Yeah. It was
wow. Wow.
Yeah. The sewage pipes.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Irv, what'd you see from your team, though? I didn't see too much from your team.
No pressure. Antonio Gibson, too many drops and turnovers.
How do you get no pressure though?
So the issue with having a defensive line like they have, they feel that all they need to do is just rush 4 every play.
Yeah.
So Del Rio threw nothing exotic at Herbert, and he just was picking them apart.
Yeah.
But, when the guys finally got through, they were leading at the time, but, like the one turnover that they did get on the 4, the very next play, Gibson gave it right back to him with a fumble. So, I mean, turnovers has always killed us whenever we really didn't need to give up anything. But, as a Washington fan, what's new?
I'll say this real quick, and I'm getting away from this game because that game stunk. I want to talk about the Ravens and the Raiders last night in the week finale. That was a great game, winning the overtime. I'm just gonna put it out here now because I said this before. When I talked about quarterbacks might be under some scrutiny. Lamar Jackson, I told you this might be the year when they say, you know what, we might need to move on. We might need to start thinking, okay.
I'm not there yet. It's game.
I'm just gonna leave it at that right now. And then I'm be like Richard. I'm be saying, go back and look at the tapes, because I said it might be that kind of year for him, and it might be.
I watched every play of that game, and I stayed up that whole all overtime to watch it. That was a great game. He definitely missed some throws that he could have made, but I'm gonna give them some time because of the running back situation. They need to figure out who their running back is going to be and get in sync between their running back core and Lamar Jackson and running that zone read, because they definitely had some awful, handing the ball decisions. I think just came from lack of practice time.
Okay, just so you know, Trav, we call that the mesh. Like when he comes by, and we call that the mesh, and they definitely need to work on the mesh, because that's an integral part of it. And you got to be in sync with that running back, and you got to get the feel down to know when that running back's going to take it and when the quarterback's going to pull it. And they weren't in sync about that last night.
Absolutely.
So that was definitely a problem. But first of all, Jason, if Lamar Jackson is your dude, no, I don't believe in him. And Ms. Beebe, I agree with you. I actually enjoyed watching what little bit of it I watched that, and I crashed here last night. And it's easy to crash on a Lamar Jackson game. But you know good damn well he ain't gonna do nothing but run the ball, and there ain't nobody trying to watch that.
Did anyone watch the ESPN2 telecast with Peyton and Eli instead of the regular one?
I watched part of it.
I enjoyed that. That was fun. That was good. I like that. I hope they do that on a weekly basis, because that was better than listening to whoever the other rando regular broadcasters were.
Did you watch it, Jason? Peyton and Eli?
I was saying, telling Irv he's ready for Tyler Heineke to be his dude.
Nah, I don't. I'm good on that.
Tossing a rock for him.
That's what I'm talking about. Heineke. Heineke about to do it, baby.
Hey, Kyle
High School,
Kyle
Gwinnett County, Georgia.
Kyle Allen, go ahead and get warmed up. Go ahead and get warmed up, Kyle Allen, because he's about to get hurt.
Here's the thing, though.
Cam Newton getting a call this week?
Nah, not until they get that vaccine.
They already said that. He already dismissed that. Ron Rivera said he will not be coming up there with them. He will not be joining that staff.
Most definitely said that.
Hey, Cam might be out. I mean, that's the way it's looking right now. Don't get me wrong. You know how it is in the NFL. Somebody gets hurt, he gets a phone call tomorrow. But for now, for the foreseeable future, Cam better be training and working out somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, he has no choice.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and talk about these Falcons. Falcons, Eagles, 32-6. I'm gonna start with you, Irv. I'm gonna let Irv start it off because y'all know I'm only gonna say about 2 words. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why did you make Jalen Hurts feel confident?
Okay. Travis, what you got?
Falcons made Jalen Hurts look like a legitimate starting quarterback on Sunday. And I don't know if he is or not, but he sure made him look like it on Sunday.
Okay. Let me start it. Let me break it down to y'all like this. About a week before the game, I'm hearing all these damn all these on B103. That's the main radio station out here, for the chocolate people.
All right.
B103 has all these commercials on. Oh, the Falcon. First game, Falcon. New coach. Julio's gone. Falcon. Matty Ice. Falcon. And then they start talking about all these people. Guess who's gonna be in town? Michael Vick and Samuel L. Jackson, and they start naming all these stars and whatnot. And then I'm sitting there thinking to myself, did Michael Vick come out of retirement? I mean, why are they talking about Michael Vick so much? I mean, why they mentioning Michael Vick and Samuel L. Jackson? Then all of the B103 DJs are going to be in the booth and having parties, and Greg Street, down here, Irv, it's 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock. It's time for Greg Street to rock. All this stuff, all this old foolishness they got going on. So then they got the whole city, like they always do, hyped up. I mean, jokers around here trying to doggone scalp tickets to get into the game and whatnot, because they're trying to pack it out and all this old fuss. And then it's you know how they got this old dumb slogan around here, Herb, rise up. Falcons rise up. I've been telling them for years they need to be Falcons wise up. I mean, this is my thing. And this is what I'm about to get on y'all about. Y'all act like the Atlanta Falcons are your baby. I mean, you don't have to have no doggone unconditional love for no damn football team. I don't have no unconditional love for the 49ers. What I say on this show? I made it conditional as hell. I said, if they draft Mac Jones, my ass is done. Did I not say that on this show?
Yes, you did.
Conditional as hell.
And I was rooting.
They got to have some damn unconditional love.
They were going to draft Mac Jones.
Yeah, that would have been a funny show.
Travis, you're one of the main ones I'm talking about, because you said there is nothing that the damn Cincinnati Bengals can do that not make you be a damn Cincinnati fan.
That's right. I'm a true fan.
That's crazy. That is insane. I used to be a big Dallas Cowboy fan. They fired Jimmy Johnson, hired Barry Swiss out my asses, out of here. I'm done. It was just that simple. What do you people need in Atlanta to get the hell out of here? I don't understand. Why do y'all keep supporting this team? I mean to tell you, they look like he miscarried. And I told her I was going to talk about that. We texted Miss Carey saying, yeah, they look like hot garbage right now. Why are you supporting hot garbage? I mean, if they look like hot garbage, why in the world are you going to put your name on that and say that's my team? That's my team out there looking like hot garbage. Matt Ryan looked like he was terrified back there. I'm talking about absolutely terrified. He looked like he wanted to have anything to do with that football game. I mean, Joker scored what? 6 points, 32-6. I mean, couldn't even break double digits. I mean, it's just sad. I don't get it. I do not understand. They looked horrible every aspect of the game. And that poor head coach over there, I promise you, he's thinking to himself, what in the world have I gotten myself into with this? Man. Oh my God, they look awful. But anyway, I can't wait to hear from Mr. Peavy. Where you at, Mr. Peavy? Come on out here and say, how you love them and everything's gonna be all right and all that old foolishness. Dude, hey, what do you say, Irv? And with the third pick?
With the third pick in the NFL draft.
I mean, good God almighty, them jokes look bad. Dude, I listen. God. I'm about to be a soccer guy like Travis and start rooting for the United or whatever. Because that's the only way y'all can get damn championship in this town. I hope y'all are waiting on that bunch right there. Dude, that was terrible. I mean, that was just shameful. But here's the thing about it is, and I figured it out. Irv.
What was that?
You still had Michael Vick in town, Samuel L. Jackson, Greg Street. So guess what? They're going to have a good time at Magic City.
Yeah.
Win, lose, or draw. They finna go down to Magic City and have parties like no other. Guess what I heard on the radio the next day?
Oh, Lord.
Well, things didn't work out with the team and we lost and all. But, man, you want to talk about some tailgate parties? And you want to talk about some after the game parties? Man, I mean, it was lit. Atlanta was still lit last night. If y'all saw what I saw yesterday, we were lit. We were lit. There wasn't a club in the city that wasn't packed. I mean, that's it. That's what you want. I don't know what you have football team for.
I mean, that sounds like the Buffalo Bills of the 2000s.
Dude, I'm telling you.
My word.
If you go back and listen to V103, that's all they're going to talk. Big ticker, big ticker. Wake up, wake up. Good morning. Big ticker, big ticker. Big ticker now is the DJ for the Atlanta Falcons for their football game. Got him a whole booth and everything. Everybody going to hang out in the big ticker booth. All this, that's it. They done got all of this stuff. I guarantee you, I didn't see it. I didn't go to the game. But I guarantee you, Irv, there were more ninjas in there the other day than in Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee. I guarantee you they had more ninjas in there the other day. Big ticker, big ticker. That's all they were talking about.
I know about Big
Ticker. Greg Street.
They did Big Ticker here too.
That's how they promoted the game. That's what was going to get everybody there. So guess what? Nobody went home with a sad with a sad look on their face. Who was it told me? Travis, I think, told me, said by the fourth quarter, no, Miss Carey. By the fourth quarter, no Falcon fans were even in there. You know why? They trying to get to the club. That's why. they know they trying to race everybody to the club so they can get a damn parking space. So they ain't got to pay $10 or $20 or whatever to park. That's all that was. Irv, am I right or wrong?
You ain't told no lies yet.
Dude, Falcon fans, listen to me, please. And this is the last time I said we're going to move on. Y'all don't have to have unconditional love for these jokers. I mean, you don't. Just say this. If we lose this next game, I'm done. I'm out. I'm switching. Well, I'm giving you that out right now. If we lose our next game, who they playing next, Travis?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, there you go. That's as good a time as any. Get your ass out right there.
Yeah.
Man, dude, why you gonna ride through not 14 this year, 15 more games? Yeah, 17 games this year. Don't go on that long ride where you already know. You already know in your heart, your mind, and your soul are all telling you that they're gonna be sorry as hell. Get out now. Get out now. Miss Peach says she a loyal Cowboy fan, but if they suck, I can admit it. Falcons fans don't admit it. You right about that. Well, what they do, Miss Peach, it's not really they admit it. They just concede to it. They just start saying after the third game, well, just wait till next year. Wait till next year because we're going to draft, and they already got figured out who they drafted and everything else. So that's how they deal with it. So anyway, I'm done talking about that. Let's move on to college football. We have our aficionado, Mr. Travis Butler, who is going to talk to us about college football. What you got, Travis?
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good week of college football. Next week, I don't think so much, but this week was a pretty good week. We'll start off with what could be the biggest upset of the week. We'll get you guys' opinion on it, but Oregon beats at Ohio State. Oregon, Pac-12 team, on the road, beats the Big Ten, probably Big Ten champion, Ohio State. Thoughts?
This ain't the same Ohio State. Oregon, even though they were down 14-0 early and decided to wake up.
I think so.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. This ain't the same Ohio State after the first couple games we watched.
And real quick, Oregon did not have their best player, who could be the number 1 overall draft pick this year. So,
right. Yeah. No. I feel bad for the Big Ten once again. I feel bad for the Pac-12 once again. I even though it was a fun game to watch, it's not showing me anything.
Well, I'm just gonna say this: that was some of the worst football I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I hate watching the Pac-12 or the Big Ten against anybody, let alone against each other. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, this is boring as all get out. And I don't know how they do it, but in any event, I thought Ohio State was way overrated from the jump. When they came out at number 3 or whatever, I'm like, dude, there is no way in the hell. That's why I put that question and said, who's the first team you think will be upset? But I didn't choose them because I thought they could at least beat Oregon. I mean, God Almighty, I didn't think that they would lose the game until they maybe played somebody like Penn State or even Michigan. I was even hoping that Harbaugh would knock them off or something. But I mean, good God Almighty, they look terrible. I mean, I feel sorry for them. I really do, because I don't see how they're even gonna make the top 4 teams. I mean, and that was such a bad performance. I don't know. That was sad for me, because I think it's sad for football, because I like it that Ohio State at least gives that conference some hope, because outside of them, there's really nothing else in that conference. Well, I mean, it hasn't been. But like I said, I mean, I don't know, maybe Penn State, I know Penn State's in the top 10, so maybe they can do something. Go ahead, Travis.
Well, this is actually where we lead to the next game. I think the one hope that the Big Ten has is Iowa. Iowa beat Iowa State at Iowa State. They murdered them. Our friend on the show, Tyler Goodson, had another touchdown and 60, 70 yards rushing, had another good performance. They're ranked number 5 in the polls right now. They skyrocketed up in the polls, deservedly so, because they played 2 really tough teams in their first 2 games and have had convincing wins. So I think they're the Big Ten team that if they're going to make it to the college football playoff, it's Iowa.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, Alabama, Georgia, either one will beat the brakes off Iowa. I mean, they'll beat them just by 28 points. It'd be 4 touchdowns at least. Right here on. I mean, mark this down. Mark this day. I'm telling you right now, if they go up against either one of them teams, this is gonna be a bloodbath.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, because they don't have the speed and the agility that these jokers got down here, boy. I'm gonna tell you right now, that doggone defensive line for Georgia will eat them alive. Alabama beat them to death. I'll tell you right now, that the defensive line alone. So, and I hate that for Tyler, because Tyler's gonna be back there trying to run that thing. So in any event, I'm not feeling it.
Absolutely.
So, what you got next, Travis?
Next game could be the upset of the year. Jacksonville State beats Florida State on a last-second, about 60 or 70-yard over Hail Mary. What's going on in Florida State over here? Like, are they just completely done?
What you think?
Yeah, for the last 10 years. But as far as that game went, another game that Jacksonville State had no business winning.
Nope.
Yeah. Guys, here's the deal. I mean, nobody thought that Florida. I mean, shame on Florida State for even being in that position at that point in the game where they could be beaten by a Hail Mary. I mean, why are you only winning by, 6 points or 5 points, whatever the hell it was, that somebody can go down and score on you like that and win when you're playing a doggone Division III school, basically. I mean, shame on you. So, and you know what? The coach stood up, manned up, everything else, and said, this is on me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm saying right now, I know a bunch of people that live down there. So I'm from Valdosta, Tallahassee, right around the corner. There's a lot of people already talking about he's done. They're already looking for another coach.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
So, and I mean, you can't lose games like that and expect for it not to be. And I mean, it would be hard for me as a coach if I was an FSU player to be able to look that coach in the face. And when he calls everybody up at the end of practice every day and talks, and I'd just be looking at him like, you are the coach that made this team lose like they've never lost in the history of this school. I mean, that's why to me it changes everything. That's a game changer. That's a game changer. I don't know what coverage they were in right there, but whoever called that coverage is an idiot.
Man to man.
I mean,
they was covering one man up.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, who's in a coverage like that for the last play of the game? I mean, I have seen teams basically put 5 people on the goal line.
Yeah.
And just like, if anybody throws it back here, y'all jump up there and get it. And if anybody starts running, go out there and tackle us behind.
Jason, can you pause that video real quick?
I mean, why don't you put your 5 best defenders on the goal line and then just make them come to them? They have to come to them. When I saw the cover and everything, I'm like, who is doing that?
Yep.
I mean, that was just terrible.
Real quick, 2 points, and then we'll move on. One, if you put that video back up, Jason, what I think is just absolutely hilarious is if you look at the score after Jacksonville State has scored, just run the play and then look underneath, and it'll actually say Florida State won the game. It'll say 1-1, and Jacksonville State is 0-2. The ACC didn't even want to change the record. Just wait 10 seconds after they scored the touchdown. And 2, I have heard a few Florida State people going, oh well, their quarterback is a former 4-star quarterback that transferred from Auburn, and the player that actually I think was Penn State he transferred from, and then the wide receiver is like a 4-star player from some grant. You see 0-2 and 1-1. I just got a kick out of that. He's a big time wide receiver. So every team you're gonna play is gonna have a good player or two. Like, come on, like you're Florida State. What are we doing here? So
it doesn't. That doesn't surprise me or bother me in the Travis, because your average Joe fan is stupid anyway. I mean, they just, that's why they stay with teams and I mean, they are. Half of them don't know anything about the game of football.
Yep.
I mean, they just love the team because of the colors, or because they live there, or because their parents went to school there, or they went to school there, or whatever. And it's just like ignorant fandom is what it is at the end of the day. So nobody cares about that.
Two more games, real quick. Stanford beat Southern Cal, and now Southern Cal just fired their head coach.
Why was that cat still there anyway?
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead, Herb. Go ahead.
Yeah, he should have been. Well, because he had a solid record during the pandemic, but he should have been gone.
Dude, I called for that dude's firing like 2 years ago. On this show. I mean, how many times we talked about people on the hot seat? And I'm like, dude, he needs to go. I mean, at the end of the day, he saved his job a couple years ago by winning a bowl game. And it was that win that let them say, you know what, we're going to hold on to you since you won the bowl game. Because they were favored, they were picked to lose the bowl game. He actually won it. Then I think the next year he beat UCLA. And that saved his job or whatever.
But I mean,
if they were still sitting around there waiting for his next loss to get rid of it. So now everybody's like, oh, well, they must not really thought that much of him after one game, after two. Dude, that joke been on the hot seat for 3 years. I mean, it was time for him to go in another direction. I think when you're on the hot seat for that long, you lose credibility of your players. I don't think your players trust you and everything else. And I think he should have been gone long time ago. And I think if they get the right person in there, USC has a great heritage and history and everything else. I think the UCLA or USC could be on top again if you bring the right cat in there. Bring the right guy in there. Urban Meyer might be able to come in there another. Give Urban Meyer about 6 months. He might be doing a good job.
6 months too.
Yeah. Give him 6. No, they give him 6 months. Give him 6 months.
Last but not least, one team that used to be on top of the mountain that obviously isn't there anymore. Texas loses to Arkansas. It could be a long few years for Texas in the SEC if this is how they're going to play.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I've never been a Texas fan. Even when they were national champions, I've never been. I think they got that old dumb logo. I would never put that on my car, them damn horns or that big old cow. Who wants to put a cow, something to do with a cow on their car?
Okay.
I can't put that on my car. Dude, I mean, I've never been a Texas fan. I loved Earl Campbell when he played and all that. Never been a Texas fan. But right now, they're terrible. And, I mean, I don't know why the SEC wants to bring them over here. I mean, they got a big following, got a big name. Yep, there you go, Travis, and all that. So I'll say that. I'm going to say this because Jason and I talked about it, and I alluded to this on this show last week, and I'm going to say it one more time. I'm not seeing the quality in college football that there used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, college football looks raggedy to me right now. I mean, these games, you see so many kids dropping balls, slipping and falling. Penalties are all over the place in these games. I don't see the focus. And I think this whole NIL thing has these jokers running around here talking about trying to make $1 million doing nothing, you know, sitting in a damn dorm room trying to figure out how they can make $1 million instead of focusing on their craft, which is supposed to be football. You know, they're damn running to answer that phone and they got their agent trying to get them free Delta tickets and trying to fly around the world for free and all this other bullshit with some NIL stuff instead of perfecting your craft to go out there and support your university and represent your university. And I hear you, people. They say you can't blame them. But, yeah, I can't blame them. Because the bottom line is at the end of the day, you still went there to play football. So if you went there to play football, handle your business and play football. I mean, you still have a scholarship. And everybody acts like a scholarship ain't worth anything these days. It is worth something. I mean, at Vanderbilt right now, it's worth about $85,000 a year. So if I'm paying you $85,000, I need you to give me some product.
Yeah.
And I mean, the bottom line is I need product to be some good play. And I'm just telling you, if you look at college football, just like that Florida State game, man, that Florida State game was so raggedy. I mean, it looked like, really, it looked like 2 Division III schools out there playing each other. I mean, it did. I mean, you just don't expect to see some of the mistakes and things like that from a Florida State that you saw in that game, including that last play right there. I don't know what coverage that was, but that was terrible. That dude could get that wide open, and then you see 2 little players over there trying to tackle him. I mean, what is that? It's the last damn play of the game. Did you not know it was the last play of the game? Did you not see 3 seconds left on the clock? I mean, who put somebody in that defense? Dude, somebody's ass ought to be fired. I'll tell you that much. And if I was that head coach, I'd be like, listen, they're probably going to get me on Friday But your ass going today. You're going to be out here for me. I'm telling you that right now. They're going to get me Friday, but your ass leaving today. So, dude, I'm just telling you, that was terrible. So, anyway.
Oh, you got anything on Arkansas beating Texas?
Listen, Texas is the Big Ten's Florida State. The last few years, they've just been garbage.
Well, the Big 12. You talking about the Big
12. Big 12.
Yeah.
I mean, they always at the top of the totem pole when it comes to recruiting, but at the bottom of the conference when it comes to winning.
You're right.
Or,
Tom
or mediocre.
Was supposed to be that guy. You know, he was there, that coach that everybody wanted in there so bad. And what was he there for? 3 years, 4 years, and they got his ass out of there?
4 years,
yeah.
Yep.
And Sarkisian ain't going to last either. And he ain't better win either. Especially with all this coming to the SEC and all that. Dude.
If the talent ain't there, then who's doing all these rankings? Because they at the top every year.
The rankings are political. The rankings are political.
I lived it. I know it.
Yeah. They're political. And you know that because all they're trying to do is be able to show that, just like Iowa. Everybody knows good damn well Iowa ain't the fifth best team in the country right now.
No.
I mean, who believes that? I mean, raise your hand if you believe Iowa is the fifth best team in the country right now. I wish the damn Goodsons were on there. I tell them they ain't the damn fifth best team in the country right now. But they had to put them up there because they'll say, see, all y'all do is do the SEC and the ACC, and y'all putting all them teams up there. You never give the Big Ten, never get a Pac-12, never did. So they say, okay, let's put them up there so we can say that we did it. And we know good and damn well they ain't going to be that long. But we go ahead and put them up there anyway. And it doesn't really matter. Because at the end of the day, nobody's ever gone back and looked at it and said, oh, they don't know what they're doing. They had Iowa at one time ranked number 5, and they wound up number 35. Nobody cares. So that's what they say. So at that time, they were good. They deserved to be there. No, they didn't. Everybody knows they don't deserve to be there. But that's what they'll say. But that's what, because like I said, for the most part, you got idiots out there who are in the fan base who don't even care about that. Don't even watch it. Don't even look at it and say, how in the hell was Iowa at one time ranked number 5, and then they wound up number 72? Don't even care.
Oh, 35.
Whatever.
We say that about Texas every year. How are they ranked in the top 25?
Exactly.
Thank you. That's my point. Texas probably wasn't even in the top 25 last year. But at one time, I guarantee they were in the top 10.
Yeah.
When them preseason things came out and week 1, week 2, they were in the top 10, definitely the top 15. Definitely top 15. And wasn't in the top of 150 when it was all said and done. But that's what I'm talking about. Now look, because UCF crying and all of that. Now they look at some of them teams that got ranked in the top 10. Like Cincinnati. And man, do you know Alabama could start the bus drivers that drive the buses to the game? They could play them and beat Cincinnati. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Why you got damn Cincinnati in the top 10 other than some political shit? I mean, that's ridiculous. The team put them up, but they have to because you know why? They don't want to hear from the small guys who are complaining. Go ahead, Jay. Run down that thing. I can't see it. There we go.
1, Alabama. 2, Georgia. 3, Oklahoma, who almost lost to Tulane. 4, Oregon. 5, Iowa. 6, Clemson, who already has a loss. Texas,
here we go.
7, who should have lost on Saturday.
Here we go.
Cincinnati. 9, Ohio State already has a loss. 10, Penn State.
Who believes
Penn State should be above them?
Who believes Cincinnati should be number 8? Look at that right there. I guarantee the next 3 teams, Ohio State, Penn State, and Florida, will beat Cincinnati by 3 touchdowns. Easily. Easily. Them next 3 teams right there. Beat them by 3 touchdowns. But they got to put them up there. They got to put them. And I saw somewhere the other day that the Big 12, I mean, that's the first time they even made news in 6 months. We're announcing that a bunch of scrubs were going over there to join their conference. I think they got BYU and UCF.
Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
And Cincinnati, and I mean, just a trash conference.
That's the other team.
I mean, just awful. I mean, you know, I guess they're gonna be the little big guys or the big little guys or whatever you want to call it. That's what they're gonna call that, the little big conference.
Yeah.
Or the
new
big little
conference,
conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new Sun Belt.
That's terrible. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Maybe they'll call it the rain belt. Anyway, that's just gonna be a sad situation.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, folks, it is 9:04. It's time for us to get out of here. I'm gonna let y'all finish though. But come on, Big Pop, and get in. I'm gonna let you get on this. Get your thoughts in on this too. I'm gonna let y'all get one final thought, before we go, and we'll get Jason in here too to give his final thought. What's your final thought on this past week for sports? It might be something we didn't even mention today.
For me, I'm glad to see football is back. I'm excited for what's coming. I hate that it's 17 weeks, but I'm happy that it's 17 weeks. So let's just enjoy it, have some fun, and hope nobody gets outrageously hurt like this past couple weeks.
Travis.
Yeah, I'm just glad that football's back. We don't have to wait about baseball. And NFL and college starting to heat up. So I'm just glad we got something better to talk about.
Jay.
I guess I just agree with everybody else. And Irv, who you got? Fat Joe versus Ja Rule. Who you got?
Woohoo!
Ruben!
Hey, that's what I got too. Coach,
I got Ja Rule, baby.
Ja Rule got some secret hits now.
Definitely got Ja Rule. Ja Rule gonna surprise you now.
Yeah, he got some secret hits.
Yeah, I got Rule too. Oh, sorry. Travis, who you got? My bad.
I'm taking Fat Joe. Come on.
Oh, my God.
Lean back.
Yeah, because he got a cool name. That's all. That's why you want to pick Fat Joe. That's the only reason he got a cool name.
Look, Fat Joe play anything with him and pun. That's automatic points. So he
gonna
slide some stuff in there from Terror Squad. So
he gonna be like,
good night, everybody. I see y'all all saying good night, Miss Peavy and the Hoods and all that. Listen, here's my last take, Tom. Here's my last take on this weekend. Falcon fan, you ain't got to be stupid all your life. I mean, I beseech you, find a new team. I mean, you know, Jacksonville, they're close to you. You might can get down there for a game or two. You know, I mean, I would even think about jumping on there real quick because, I mean, they're going to be good one day. The Falcons ain't never going to be good. They ain't never going to be good.
Charlotte's too close.
Charlotte's, yeah, there you go, Trap. Charlotte ain't that wouldn't be a bad little ride to Charlotte.
Hey, go ahead
get you a new team. Y'all get you a new team and stop sitting out here with these dogs. No, hell no.
Head down to Duval.
Hell no, Jason. I ain't even comfortable trying to refer people over to them. But anyway, folks, we got to get out of here. It's been great. We appreciate all y'all for tuning in. I see you laughing at it, Miss Peavy. Yeah, I know, Richard. The Falcons are terrible. We'll see y'all next week. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.
Stay away from Brittany Renner.